You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unat Gentry. It is Tuesday, November 14th. In today's top story, the case of the officer-involved shooting that occurred back in October is now closed following the incident where John Boygan, a convicted felon, was shot. Sheriff Joe McGill speaks with News 25 about this case and that Deputy Huggins has officially been cleared and returned for duty.
Hi, this is Sheriff Joe McGill, and I'm here to talk about the recent officer-involved shooting involving Deputy Huggins, which took place about 5 weeks ago. Deputy Huggins has been off duty pending the clearance of the criminal aspect of the investigation and pending release from the psychologist, which is standard procedure. Deputy Huggins' case has been reviewed by the district attorney's office, which is the normal procedure in this county for the review of an officer-involved shooting. The district attorney's office ruled that there will be no criminal charges against Deputy Huggins in reference to this shooting, and the case is considered closed at this point. That's all there is to say about this case.
In more local news, a Pahrump man who police say attempted to evade them is taken into custody on a multitude of charges. News 25 reporter RJ Camacho has this story.
On November 10th, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were patrolling when they pulled into a Horizon Market on South Linda Street and noticed a blue convertible driven by a male officers recognized to be Nicholas McGriff. According to the declaration of arrest, when Nicholas saw the marked patrol unit, he got into his car and took off from a gas pump with the hose still in his car, damaging the pump. As officers pursued Nicholas, he allegedly failed to yield to emergency lights and attempted to elude officers. Nicholas allegedly drove recklessly and at speeds over 90 miles per hour as officers chased him on several roads and eventually into the desert. Nicholas's vehicle eventually began to smoke and then later caught fire. After he stopped the vehicle, he allegedly exited it and then ran on foot, ignoring officers' commands to stop. Officers warned Nicholas that if he did not stop, he would be tased. However, he allegedly kept going. According to the declaration of arrest, Nicholas was tased twice, but neither of the tases stopped him. Officers then grabbed him and took him to the ground where he allegedly resisted arrest, and 2 other officers arrived on scene in order to assist. During a search incident to arrest, a brown powdery substance tested positive for heroin and a white crystal-like substance tested positive for methamphetamine were allegedly found on Nicholas's person. Inside his vehicles, officers reported finding 4 pills identified as methocarbamol, a non-controlled prescription-only drug. After being read his Miranda rights, Nicholas allegedly admitted that the pills were his, that he did not have a prescription for them, and that they were muscle relaxers. Nicholas McGriff was arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center under the charges of driver disobeying a peace officer, driving without a driver's license, operating an unregistered vehicle, resisting a public officer, endangering other persons or property, the selling or transferring of a Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance, possession of a Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance, possession of a Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance less than 28 grams, use or possession of drug paraphernalia, 3 bench warrants, operator lacking proof of insurance, and possession of a dangerous drug without prescription.
Turning now to national news, good news out of Capitol Hill. The looming federal government shutdown is now nearly averted. That is the latest from Washington. Samantha Roberts has this story.
The possibility once again of a government shutdown looms in the air, with the deadline for a deal to be made is set to expire on Friday, November 17th at midnight. According to officials, the House GOP is pursuing a 2-step plan to avert the shutdown. The first part of the bill will extend funding for military construction, veterans affairs, housing, transportation, and energy until January 19th. The second part of the bill will extend funding for the rest of the government, but there will be no additional spending in either part of the bill to aid Israel or Ukraine. If a shutdown does take place, some federal workers will still be required to continue working without pay, while others will be forced to not work depending on their type of employment. According to reports, this would cause a strain on southern Nevada by causing federal workers to tighten their spending habits, which would bring in less business for restaurants, casinos, and other activities. Some federal agencies will not be affected, such as the U.S. Postal Service and the FBI. It is uncertain at this point if a deal can be agreed upon before the deadline.
At the GCON of Nevada Town Hall and Debate, News 25 caught up with Nevada Republican Senate candidate Stephanie Phillips, who talks about the border issue, fighting for our republic, and speaks on election integrity to win back the power from Democrats' stronghold on the government, which many say is their opinion.
Well, first we start by deporting all of the illegals that have crossed the border, and we secure our border. And then we have to get people into office, like myself, who are actually going to promote national security and promote America first and protecting our country. We need to take back the Senate and we need to take back the White House so that we can overpower them and vote against all of these things that they're doing against America. You know, election integrity is talked about a lot by people. I travel all over this state, and they believe that they are going to cheat again. So what we need to do is we need to overwhelm the system. We have to get out and vote in record numbers and overwhelm the system, just like we did in 2016, when they didn't expect Donald Trump to win, and he did because so many people showed up for him. So we need to do the same thing in mass numbers so that we can take back our country. I talk about it a lot. I have virtual town halls that I do every month. I have a lot on social media that I put out there. I encourage everybody to get involved. Apathy is getting us nowhere, and we are losing our country. There is no choice anymore. We must get involved if we want to save our country and preserve American values. Go to my website. It's phillipsfornevada.com. That's the number 4. phillipsfornevada.com, and all of my social media is Phillips for Nevada. Again, that's the number 4, and I would appreciate all the support.
Stay tuned. We have much more from GCON and more local and national news when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, during the recent Grassroots Conservatives GCON Town Hall, 3 commissioner candidates have a debate. And in one of the topics, they brought up how they'd like to see a nuclear power plant right here in Nye County.
During the Grassroots Conservatives Convention held at Bob Root Community Center, 3 candidates for County Commissioner for District 2 and 2 for District 3 had a debate. The first order of business for the commissioner candidates was related to affordable energy, specifically how to reduce energy costs and ease residents' anxieties. Dan Blackstone, commissioner candidate for District 2, spoke first about the possibility of a nuclear power plant in Nye County.
When I was listening to the people running for the Senate, they touched on nuclear energy. I would love to see, and I don't know if it's feasible or not, we need to look at it, but I would like to see a nuclear power plant in Nye County. Why not? We could have great cheap power for Pahrump, for Beatty, for Tonopah. I bet you we would have a lot of excess to even sell to Clark County, and we could really sell it to California for a high price.
Tammy Pittman, candidate for Nye County Commission District, touched on the subject of nuclear energy as well.
Nuclear is huge. I know that people are concerned about the nuclear power rods coming through town and burying them out at the Yucca Mountain. I've learned that there's actually a way to recycle those rods, and if we put in a plant here in town, it would be jobs, or in Nye County, jobs for people here, and we could recycle them, and we could have free electric power forever.
Meanwhile, John Worley, the second candidate for Nye County Commission District 3, agreed with the idea of a nuclear power plant and also stated something about Nye County making deals with solar companies that allegedly give power to other states over our own. Candidate Tammy Pittman touched on her comments about the potential of a nuclear power plant, hitting on the case of VEA in the process.
Another option to piggyback on the solar would be solar on the roofs of all of the commercial buildings in this town owned by VEA, and then we could make our own electricity, because we don't make anything right here. We make zero electricity in this town.
The second subject in question regarded why they support or oppose undocumented immigration detainees. While Tammy was the first to speak on the matter, both her and Dan believed that any illegal immigrants should simply be sent back from where they came. However, John believed it is to be a good thing for Nye County to help out illegal immigrants. He also stated that if they are to be sent back, they at least deserve their hearing and their due process. The third topic at hand for the candidates involved their objective or subjective thoughts and plans on addressing the homelessness issue in the county before it becomes a crisis. John was the first to speak on this topic, stating that it's already become a crisis due to the homeless occupying unoccupied homes for shelter.
And it's a problem that needs to be taken care of. The biggest problem with homelessness is it's really the ultimate freedom when it comes to homelessness, because, and let me explain why I say that, because they don't have any rules to live by.
The fourth and final questions related to their thoughts and feelings regarding incorporation in Pahrump and their plans on supporting healthy and balanced growth within the community. All three were against the idea of incorporation, and all three were against the idea due to the potential increase in taxes that could follow.
Pahrump is going to grow. There's no way to stop it. Actually, it's not all bad. We'd be nice to have, as it gets bigger, we'd get other facilities. Other companies coming in, Costco, etc. But anyway, we'll talk more. Okay.
I like the cowboy way of life here, and I really enjoy the way it is. And yes, you agreed, it would cost another level of government, and there goes your taxes. So no, I'm not for incorporation.
Finally, John simply agreed with their statements.
Well, if you live right here in Nye County or in Clark County and are wondering about safe environments for your kids during this winter break, we've got just the scoop for you.
Clark County will be hosting day camp programs during winter break in order to provide a safe place for the youth to create, explore, and make new friends. These camps will be available from December 18th through the 29th and will be closed on Christmas Day. They will be hosted as well Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and will cost $21 per day per children. Be warned, however, that availability for the program will be filled quickly and camp staff will be processing registration on a first-come, first-served basis. While LVUL Early Childhood Connections will be accepted, parents will have to provide a current certificate of benefits designated to the site the child will be attending. Some facilities will also be offering breakfast and lunch options. If you want more information about the winter break day camps, you can call 702-455-8200 or visit clarkcountynv.gov/parks.
Don't grab that remote. News 25 will be right back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, the American Red Cross is helping you kick things into gear when it comes to giving, because they're giving away socks inspired by the movie Elf to everyone who donates blood throughout the month of November. Mikey Ruhan has details.
Since its release 20 years ago, the holiday movie classic Elf has inspired a Broadway musical, an animated special, and a video game. Now it's the inspiration behind the ultra-exclusive Elf Red Cross socks, featuring Buddy the Elf. These unique socks are not for sale. However, starting today, Nevadans can get these sought-after holiday socks for free as a token of appreciation for donating blood. To celebrate the 20th anniversary of the film and create holiday cheer, all who come to give November 14th through the 30th will receive an exclusive pair of ELF Red Cross socks while supplies last. For more information, visit redcrossblood.org/ELF. Donors can schedule an appointment using the Red Cross Blood Donor app by visiting redcrossblood.org or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. The Red Cross plays a crucial role in maintaining the country's blood supply, providing about 40% of all collected blood. To meet patient needs at over 2,500 hospitals and transfusion centers nationwide, the Red Cross must collect 12,500 blood and 3,000 platelet donations daily. While all blood types are needed, there is a crucial demand for Type O donors. Type O positive is the most transfused blood type, while Type O negative is the universal donor, often used in emergencies when the patient's blood type cannot be quickly determined.
Now, Christy Sigmund from Never Forgotten Animal Society is here telling us about a cute and friendly dog named Iowa, who's now available for adoption.
Today's Rescue a Pet segment is brought to you by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
So this is Iowa. Iowa is located at Never Forgotten Animal Society. Iowa came to us about 2 months ago. He is a Chihuahua mix. He is about 8 years old and just an absolute sweetheart. He's quiet, he doesn't really bark, he just likes to hang out, he just loves to be around people. He's a very calm dog and would make a wonderful addition to maybe an older home or a home that's a little more quiet. He definitely deserves a fabulous home for the rest of his life that he has. So come and visit Iowa at Never Forgotten Animal Society. We are located at 3091 North David. That is the corner of Belle Vista and David. Our phone number is 775-537-8674.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside our Lerner and Rowe weather cam at that beautiful sunset. We do have some scattered clouds and those temperatures are dropping. We'll take a closer look after the break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Shalom. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, all up and down the Ace Country Radio Network and to your mobile device, computer, worldwide at kpvm.tv. 8 big digital channels of free television entertainment. It's all coming out here at Pahrump. Wonderful stuff. Fernley, 61 degrees out there in Fallon at 63, and Carson City, 62. Seems like a jumble up there in the low 60s. Tonopah hit 57 and said, that's it, that's all we got, and that makes you the Cool Spot Award winner. That's why you're so cool out in Tonopah. In Goldfield, you're nearly cool at 58. Beatty hit 68, 74 in Amargosa makes you the hot spot in Las Vegas, breathing down your neck at room temperature 72. Out in Death Valley, it's 80. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at our current temperature, 65 degrees. Not too bad. 73 was where we hit a little bit earlier. It was a nice afternoon. Winds out of the east is just 4 miles per hour. Sun rose this morning at 6:19. Set about 40 minutes ago. It went away at 6:34, 36. Low tonight, 46 degrees. That's where we're headed under those partly cloudy skies, obscuring our gorgeous star watching, but oh well. Humidity at 33%. Smells like clouds tomorrow, perhaps even some rain. Look at this, 10 mile per hour winds, 71 degree temperatures, and 18% chance of rain. I saw a little Schmitz will fall, but looks like we get a sunny day on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, looking like a little rain coming at us this weekend. Winds under 10 miles per hour until Sunday, and then we have a whole bunch of 16 mile per hour winds blowing out those clouds. We'll stay sunny on Monday, and temperatures staying right in the mid 60s as we get on into the rest of the week. Should be a nice little fall week. Enjoy it. Back to the desk. Here's UNET.
Thanks so much, John. Well, it looks like Thanksgiving week is shaping up to be sunny and gorgeous. We appreciate the forecast. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm UNET Gentry. And from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next newscast. Good night.